Plates ready? This is Food School, Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Want to feel amazing, love the way you look in the mirror, and perform your absolute best in the gym, at work, and in life? You're definitely in the right place. Food. It's you. It builds every single cell of you. And if there is one thing every human being must master, it's food. Because at the very least, eating, you do it every day, several times a day, every single day. You might as well get good at it. I'm your host, Angela Sharina from Create Yourself That Today, your personal nutritionist and plate watcher, your diet guide and explorer, your fat loss coach and food inspector. And just someone with a lot of passion and obsession and curiosity for healthy food, healthy diets, nutrition, optimized human performance, everything and absolutely anything you put in your grocery shopping cart, your fridge, on your plate, and in your mouth. It's my business. Food School, on a mission to help you eat better daily.
It's the last time I talk about food. It's the last time I talk about food.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. How was your weekend? And how did you enjoy our conversation with Douglas Jampapa? And did you learn something new about your vitamins? Are you looking into ways to upgrade yours? So hopefully now you understand the difference between good quality vitamins and supplements and not so good quality vitamins, minerals, and supplements. So I'm back to Surgut, to Siberia from Moscow for a while before my next travels, adventures, and working on my mission, creating the world where food equals health. But of course, we're gonna continue our journey together, learning more about health, about food, about nutrition, and how to live every single day of your life as your best or better self. You know what's really important in our lives is not to be better than someone else or to be like someone else. No, what is actually truly important is to be better than you were yesterday, to grow every single day, even if it's a tiny little bit, but to grow, to improve yourself, to work on yourself, to maybe explore yourself and not necessarily grow every day, but at least to be different, to learn something new about yourself. So that is what's truly important. And the topic of our conversation today relates directly to that. You know, in order for you to show up and live every single day as your best self, you gotta start your morning right? It's not negotiable, the design of your morning, if you are committed to growing, to living as your best self. Why is that? Well, guys, whatever you expose yourself to first thing in the morning, whatever you think the most about first thing in the morning, whatever you do the most first thing in the morning, there is a principle of primacy. Whatever you do first tends to stick with you. And if you start every morning with some, negative news or social media and comparing yourself to others, or maybe some negative communication or relationships, or if you start your day with a negative note, probably your day not going to go that well. But if you wake up and you purposefully design your morning to make it positive, to energize it, to supercharge it, then most probably you're going to have an amazing day. Even if things don't go your way, if people are rude to you, or if the world decides not to give you a lot of prizes, but instead a lot of different small or not so small problems and challenges to work on, if you start your morning right, you're going to see more opportunities, more solutions. You're going to be more positive. You're going to influence more people in a better way. you're gonna feel like you're living your days to the fullest. Like there is much, much better probability and possibility of you having your best day ever if you purposefully design your morning right and create morning routine that works for you and that gives you a chance to show up as your best self no matter what. And guys, believe me, I have mornings, I have days when I wake up and I don't feel like my best. Like I open my eyes and I'm like, I don't know what it is, but it feels just off, or I don't feel like it's gonna be my best day ever. But guess what? I still do my routine, and after that routine, everything seems to be better. And I feel like it. I feel like living my best day ever. I feel like I have more energy, more positivity, more drive to crush every single day, to grow, to contribute, to show up as a leader as I see myself. And that's all because of morning routine. And just sometimes it feels first that it's just going through the motions. But if you do your routine, if you design it the way that works for you, you're going to transform yourself in that morning and you're going to show up as your best self. And today I'm going to share with you my morning routine. Now guys, I stole bits and pieces, quote unquote, from different people all over the world, high performers like Tony Robbins, or that is, I grew up on Tony Robbins. That's why he always came up first to my mind. But there are also a lot of successful people that I learned from. And all of them have some variation of this kind of routine. A lot of them do the same things, or at least parts of my routine. So I've learned it through learning about other successful people, about other top performers, and then I tried a bunch of things, and these are the things that stuck with me. Your things might be a little bit different, but in order for you to figure out your perfect morning routine, you gotta try things and give it a few days before you understand what works the best for you. Compare your days when you do one routine with days when you do the other kind of routine, and then again, as you go, figure out the best thing that works for you. So this is my morning routine that I've figured out through years, months, sometimes, of experimentation. So first thing I do when I wake up, when I open my eyes, I go and take a shower and brush my teeth and do my morning washing routine. So I take a shower, I brush my teeth, I wash my face with cold water. It wakes me up, before continuing doing anything, I love being fully awake. And shower that I finish with cold water always does that for me. It energizes me and it makes me fully awake without any sort of coffee or need for energy drinks, caffeine or whatever, or anything else. It wakes me up naturally. So that's why I love to take shower first thing in the morning. So I take my shower and then I finish with at least 1 minute of cold water that has a lot of benefits. It actually helps your cell to create more energy. It also trains your immune system to fight better for you and to make you more bulletproof, able to meet whatever demands life has for you. So shower, finishing with cold water. Again, cold water has a lot of benefits, so try it. And it might not feel, amazing right away, especially if you're in, cold climate during winter. But you're gonna love it. The effects it has, you're gonna love it. So shower, finishing with cold water. Thing number 2, I do exercise. Something simple that takes 5-10 minutes. A lot of people like to do full workout in the morning. I used to do that, but what I realized, I don't really like to work out and doing hard workout first thing in the morning. I actually love to do something creative. I love to write. I love to work on difficult projects. I love to accomplish something creatively before I do anything else that requires a lot of energy. And plus, I do work out better. I feel working out better later in the day. Sometimes it's somewhere around 11 a.m. Very often these days, it's somewhere around 3 p.m. to 3 p.m. in the afternoon. And before that, again, I do a lot of work that usually requires a lot of creative power and a lot of energy. So I do exercise, few squats, few push-ups, few sit-ups, few burpees. So guys, I don't usually sweat a lot during the exercise. That's why I do it after my shower. But if you decide to do, full workout, or if you decide to go for a run, or you just sweat more and it's hot out there, then you might want to change your exercise and your shower. But what I also notice, shower wakes me up, and then I'm more ready for my exercise. I try to do exercise first and shower after that, but then it didn't really work for me because my body didn't feel like it was fully awake for that exercise part. So I started to do shower first and exercise second. See what works for you. Then third thing, I do my meditation, and before my meditation, I drink my half a liter of water. Now, hydration, guys, is very important for your health, and you need to hydrate yourself first thing in the morning because your body is dehydrated after 8 hours of sleep. That's what you should be getting, by the way, 8 hours of sleep, not 6 or 7. 6 is considered to be sleep deprived, actually. So anyway, third thing I do is drink half a liter of water and meditation. Meditative practice is something that most top performers do. Now, it doesn't have to be meditation exactly, but some sort of meditation practice. I actually do priming by Tony Robbins. That is not exactly meditation, probably, because you're not usually sitting trying to think about nothing or observing your thoughts or sensations. You actually purposefully think about things like what you're grateful for, what you're excited about in your life, what you want to work on or improve, what kind of help or assistance you want from the universe to help you to grow in certain ways. So it's more of like purposeful thinking about things that make you grow. So that's what priming is all about. And I'm gonna post a link in the show notes to this priming exercise that takes about 15 minutes. And also on the water thing, guys, I see water as internal shower. So you take your shower, washing your body from outside, but I also believe that our internal organs need that washing too, that shower from the inside. And that's what drinking water first thing in the morning is all about for me. And believe me, guys, it also helps your body to get rid of the stuff that you don't want to have in your body, being more regular. Water helps a lot with that, especially if you drink a liter of water in the morning. Everything will go out of your system really fast. Believe me, the best exercise or tool to help you with regularity if you have any difficulties. So water and meditation, number 3. Number 4, breathing practice. Now, there are many different practices, but I love Wim Hof method, and I'm gonna post the link in the show notes too. It's breathing and then holding your breath, and then breathing again, and then holding your breath. What I found is it gives me the most energy, mental energy and physical energy, and that's what it is designed to do, and it works. And Wim Hof is a really popular guy in the circles of biohackers and top performers. So he promotes breathing and also cold exposure a lot. He actually ran at least one, but probably few marathons in extreme cold conditions in his shorts. So he's an amazing guy, but that just shows that breathing, cold exposure works, and I practice both. So Wim Hof breathing method. But there are a lot of different breathing techniques that help you with different things. So again, you might experiment with different things, but Wim Hof breathing method is something, again, that gives me energy and helps me to show up as my best self. And number 5, reading and journaling. The reason I put it together is because the reading I do every single morning usually helps me to think about certain things and gives me prompts to writing or thinking on paper about certain things. And I usually choose different readings from books that give you a few pages or a few abstracts of the things that might be important to you, of the things that might prompt more internal work, more internal conversations in order to explore yourself. So you can see my daily reading on my Instagram, and you can find the link in the show notes too. And I pick a book that helps me to grow, that helps me to learn something, that inspires me or motivates me. And then I journal about that or anything that bothers me or is on my mind persistently on that particular day. So journaling helps me a lot to answer a lot of questions that needs to be answered in order for me to grow and to move forward in my life. So reading and journaling, that's how I finish my routine. And then the extra step that I do not actually right away after my reading and journaling. Sometimes I do that right away, but most of the time I do it a little bit later. I'm an early riser. To give you an idea, I wake up 4:35 a.m. and I do my routine for about 60 minutes. And so that extra step is light exposure that helps you actually to sleep better. So in order for you to have good quality sleep, you not only need to avoid screens and blue light exposure an hour before bed, and preferably even earlier, but you also need to expose yourself to sunlight outside for at least 10 minutes. It's recommended, 10, 15, 20 minutes before 11 a.m., but I usually like to do it before 10 a.m. I noticed that it works better. So you need to expose yourself to light going outside and exposing your eyes to morning light, to daylight, in order to give your body a signal that it is morning, and in order to restart your circadian rhythm that's going to help you to release certain hormones to fall asleep better and sleep better during the night. So that's why this extra step is very important. But again, I don't usually do it right after all these morning routine things. I usually do it a little bit later. Sometimes it's like 9:30 or 9 a.m. But whenever I have a chance, or whenever I have more time or just feel like it, I do go out first thing in the morning too. But usually, again, it happens a little bit later, somewhere 9:30, when I'm finished with some of creative work or some of the work that requires more of my mental energy. Those are the things that I dedicate most of my energy in the morning. And that also, a lot of top performers also do that. They tend to spend their most productive time, that is usually morning, on the things that require the most energy, that are most challenging, and those are usually the things that we need to work on creatively. So try to do most of your productive work, most of your mental energy requiring work in the morning, and see how the quality usually improves, especially if you do your morning routine. So that is my morning routine, guys, that gives me a lot of energy and changes my moods and my energy and my whole being into the state ready to seize my day and to get the most out of myself and out of my days. And that is what important. That's how you should wake up. But again, a lot of times, or often, or at least from time to time, you would wake up and you wouldn't feel like that. But after a proper morning routine, you can transform yourself into that person who's going to seize the day and get the most out of it, no matter what life brings to you this day. That is what the true power of your morning routine. So again, try the things that we talked about today. Try my routine, that is shower, finishing with cold water, exercise, simple to just wake up my whole system physically, water and meditation, breathing, something like Wim Hof or something different, reading and journaling, and then at some point light exposure. Try that and see how the quality of your days change when you do it consistently. And guys, consistency is the key also here. You cannot expect something to work right away. Well, it actually probably will work right away, but to see its full potential, you gotta do it for a few days. And again, you gotta try different things, and you'll usually feel it, that something works better and something just doesn't work. So experiment with these things, with other things. Ask advice if you need one from me. You can shoot me email, you can find me on social media and ask your question about morning routine. What are the things you might want to try also? Because again, different people do different things, they do them differently. So don't feel bad if what works for me doesn't work for you. That's totally normal. You gotta find your thing, but in order to find your thing, you gotta experiment with things and actually try them. You cannot think yourself into the best way of doing. You can only do yourself into the best way that works for you. So that's it for today, guys. Morning routine, a very important thing if you want to be a top performer or if you want to be your best self. In the morning, you gotta design your routine. You gotta design yourself. You gotta design yourself. That's what you gotta do in the morning if you want to seize the day and get the most out of that day and out of yourself. So again, I hope this was really useful to you. And thank you for tuning in. This week, we're going to continue till Saturday with some amazing episodes where you're going to learn a lot about your immune systems, about your vitamins and minerals, and you're going to learn something about food entrepreneurship. So stay tuned. It's going to be interesting and fascinating and useful and going to make you a better you when you learn, when you apply those things. And in any case, have an amazing day. Thank you for tuning in. I love you all, guys. Appreciate your attention and your time that you are giving to this podcast consistently. By the way, guys, share it, rate it on iTunes because it helps me to bring this to more people. So go to iTunes and rate it and leave a review. That's going to help a lot to help a lot of people. So do that. I would really appreciate that. So thank you again for tuning in, and till next time, eat better daily.